at the Black Sheep. Loto Show, again, $9.43. Get those tickets, man. Joining me in studio, Aaron and Rich from the band. Thank you much for coming down. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Now, we were talking off the air. When were you going to get an album? Because this has been a while in the works.
Projected summer.
Summertime.
But summer is obviously a long period of time.
Right.
It's not like a week. It's
Pretty vague.
Yeah.
Last I had heard it was going to be like March, and before that I think it was November, something like that.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, we've heard those things too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Plans change,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And trying to put all your ducks in a row and make sure everything's
Right.
organized the way you want it to be when you attack finally. You know, so I think if we waited a little bit longer, it was the wiser decision.
Now the band you said formed in 2010.
yes.
That's a quick turnaround for a band these days to form, put together good rock and roll, find a label, and hit the road like you did. Everything I've read about your band is very much people compliment your work ethic. Do you attribute that to the quick turnaround?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got up as soon as we could. When we formed, I think it was February 4th is our official anniversary when we decided we're a band. I think it was that.
If you say so. It was
February
It's
something.
February something.
So it was almost 3 years of the day. But, we just started rehearsing every day and then did our first show in June of that year and then hit the road on our own as soon as we could just to get out, even without the support of a label or an agent or anything like that.
Is that difficult, like tracking down venues and saying, hey, we're coming through and we'd love to play a show? How do you go about that?
It's 50-50. I mean, it just depends on how much, I guess background knowledge you have. And
Right.
what helps with us is that we're all from different cities in the Midwest in general. Like I'm from Cincinnati, he's from Chicago, Mike's from Chattanooga, Brian's from Denver. Our bass player's from Milan, Italy. That doesn't really help. But the fact that we all have family in different branches in different cities, so we had relationships with different people in different venues, and so it's not like we're just from California and we didn't know
different
them.
bands too, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So when we went to those cities, we knew other musicians that had, pulled in that local scene.
Gotcha.
So we could get people there in the first place,
Yeah.
No,
So
that's
that was a
great.
lot.
So basically did as grassroots as possible, without just showing up and going, hey, we're here.
Right.
And
Well,
There was a couple like that. I mean, there was a couple shows where we played to
But-
2 people in the beginning,
but that's how it goes.
yeah, and we still, we put on a show for those 2 people.
Aaron and Rich in studio from Gemini Syndrome. Again, the show tonight at the Black Sheep. Tickets still available, especially for a show under $10. This is going to be great. So, I've only heard 2 songs from your band,
Which ones?
Basement and Pleasure and Pain.
Yeah.
I like them both a lot.
Cool.
What's the rest of the album what's the vibe?
It fills up the entire spectrum.
Yeah, between those 2, like there's some really pretty melodic stuff, vibey,
Yeah.
and there's some really heavy stuff and everything in between. That was kind of our goal, I think, was to get that whole spectrum.
Open up the range so you're not pigeonholed.
It's that
Exactly.
tricky thing of like being broad but focused at the same time.
Right.
Where someone knows it's that band or that sound, but it's not the same song over and over. It's not the same dynamic over and over, and it leaves openings for further albums to then take
Different
those
directions.
take those branches or those paths and go further on each one,
Right.
and not do that thing where a band puts out an album like this, and then they come out with another album, and everyone's like, "What happened?" Because I like that album, but what's this band now?
Right.
Whereas like with us, we without being too all across the map, still having a focus of this is what we do, and then on another album, if we get a little bit heavier, it's not
On left
crazy.
field,
But
yeah.
if we get a little bit lighter or a little more spacey or whatever, it's not like I thought they were a heavy band and that's all they can do. Like what's this stuff?
Gotcha.
It's just giving an introduction of that so that it can all grow in every direction.
Now, what's the name of the new album that's coming out?
We're not sure yet.
All right.
Hey, you know what?
That's
Everybody,
not the title.
maybe we'll have
It's not sure.
a competition and people can tell us what they think
Yeah,
it should
there
be
you go.
based off of what their vibe of us is.
Now you've been sitting on this music for a little while. In that meantime, waiting to release it, things as such. Do you keep writing? Are you guys still
Yeah,
writing
yeah,
stuff? And
yeah.
Always.
yeah.
It's at a different pace because when you have an album coming up, it's like being in a newsroom and you're like, go,
It's
go.
crunch time, man.
Yeah,
Right.
but when you're in the different stages, because it's all a cycle, with the band stuff, it's being aware of it without worrying about it. You do stuff when you have the luxury of letting inspiration hit you when it needs to,
Right.
and then just compiling the ideas and stockpiling them.
Stockpile, yeah.
Yeah.
How much, if you had to guess right now, all the stuff you have written and stockpiled, how many more albums could you throw down in the studio right now?
I mean, based off demos and then a little tiny ideas,
And if we took everything,
there could easily be 2 or 3 more albums.
easily.
Because
That's
the thing with us
awesome.
is like we're not really like write 30 songs and only a dozen of those are really good.
Right.
It's kind of like if we actually follow through to finish it as a song, it's there for a reason.
We're usually pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
But when it came to making the record, it was like picking and choosing which songs fit together the best.
What tells the
Especially-
best story and paints the
Yeah.
best picture.
And for the initial record too, for your first impression, like
Right.
what do we want to present ourselves as in the beginning? You know,
What's the best introduction
Yeah.
to like I was saying about about that spectrum.
Right.
What's the best introduction so that all these other songs that we wrote will make sense to people, you know? Because if some of those songs were the first impression, it might not make as much sense, you know, as an introduction.
Gotcha. Well, let's check out some rock and roll. Pleasure and Pain, Gemini Syndrome live tonight at the Black Sheep Kilo Lodo show. Get your tickets now.
Yeah, now.
yeah, go do it.
That was awesome.
Well, it was one of those things, you know.
That's awesome. You wanted to play it, then
Yeah.
hey, go do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, YouTube quality is not awesome, and
Sure.
probably didn't do the song justice, but everybody does the song. So
Yeah.
it was well received, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like it when I do that shit. That's,
It's a catch-22 because like I guess on the structure of when, you know, the band and the label have their idea of what they're trying to do as a battle plan, it might seem like, or just I guess business part of it, you know, it's gonna be like, ah. But at the end of the day, it's the fact that if people are creating awareness because they appreciate it and other people appreciate it, you can't argue with people liking what you're doing.
yeah, no,
You know?
that's all right.
You know, it's as long as like since we are what we are, we follow our plan to make sure we take the right steps. But you know, people liking stuff, you can't stop them from liking it.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
man. There's
yeah.
worse problems to have.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the only real problem is if somehow somebody got a hold of the album and released it when we were planning on releasing the album.
Right.
Yeah.
Or releasing it for free and, you know.
Yeah, that's I mean that's ridiculous. But you know, if we bothered to have up that lyric video as a little teaser or something,
Right.
then we can't be angry that people want to hear it.
When I knew you guys were coming down, I got on YouTube and tried to search out some interviews you've done in the past. You guys got some interesting shit going on there.
I don't even remember what's up there.
The one that stood out, I'm pretty sure the guy that was interviewing you was Hammer.
Is that a newer? That was a newer one. You're saying at the Roxy parking lot or something? It was like in
Yeah,
the darkness
they
in
were
front
up
of the wall.
against the cinder block wall.
Yeah. That was after the Butcher Baby show, actually in LA. Wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, because that was recent. It's like he just put it up there, and I was just like looking. I was like, wait, yeah, that just happened. Yeah, it wasn't like an old thing that somebody found. It was like recent.
I imagine you guys come across your good list of characters through the country.
Oh yeah,
No doubt.
most of them are good characters.
That's all right.
Yeah. Because we're all different, but we're all the same. Oh wait, hold on. What? I sound like I'm like reciting song lyrics, like. See?
.94.3 Kilo Gemini Syndrome, Pleasure and Pain. And big thank you guys. Aaron and Rich joining us from the band today. Rock and roll show tonight. I'm excited.
Rock and roll show.
Rock and roll show?
Rock and roll is not dead.
All right. Well, you can't kill rock and roll.
No.
No. I wish you guys best of luck. I do believe it'll be a big year for you. So thank you much for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we'll kick off 40 minutes nonstop pure rock next on 94.3 Kilo.
When South Colorado Springs Nissan opened its doors,
That's
it
it?
set out to be the
That's
best
it.
of everything we do.
Unless you guys want to, do car walls in the lobby or.
Nissan dealers and the best. You on South Colorado Springs Nissan on the
wanna be.
corner of Fountain and Academy or scsnissan.com.
Go for it.
See dealer for details and restrictions apply.
Ladies first.
Oh boy.
These days, the average person has 7 different careers in their lifetime. 7? Really? Seriously? Shoot, we're trying to pick one career. So this new year, let's recruit some help and call IntelliTech College. IntelliTech
That's
is
it.
able to help
Yeah,
us
the rest is
get
up to you.
career training in a
Alright, here. Actually, I'll sign my name in blue and then put the band name.
work experience. For job placement services to the graduates. Degrees training to become a technician, HVAC, automotive, computer network systems, health information tech, personal trainer, medical assistant, or new program, biomedical equipment tech, Inflow, medical or dental assisting, massage, health information, cosmetology, or automotive. Start your successful career this new year. Call IntelliTech College right now for a new year, new career resolution.
Haven't seen that, that's kind of trippy.
632
Ooh, we collected some cool stuff through the years, man.
SGV, I've never seen anything like that. To Mr. Mihal and Colorado's Pure Rock 94.3 Kilo.
You're good to go, man.
This is Rich. Wait, I was laughing. This is Rich with Gemini Syndrome, and you're listening to Sid Black on Colorado's Pure Rock 94.3 Kilo.
Opie. This is Aaron from Gemini Syndrome, and you are rocking to Opie on Colorado's Pure Rock 94.3 Kilo.
This is Rich from Gemini Syndrome, and you're listening to and rocking to Ox on Colorado's Pure Rock 94.3 Kilo.
Perfect.
Excellent.
We can read. To combine, this is Gemini Syndrome, and you're rocking the 94.3 Kilo.
Okay. You ready?
We have to say it at the same time.
Same time.
On 1, 2, 3. This is Gemini Syndrome, and you're rocking to.
You had it. You had it.
You're rocking the Kilo. That it?
Yeah,
Is it-
rocking 94.3
You're,
Kilo.
you're rocking the 94. We're rocking. Can we say we're rocking?
Yeah, you're
This
certainly.
is
Go
Gemini
for it.
Syndrome, and we're rocking
All of us are
94.3
rocking.
Kilo.
This is Gemini Syndrome, and we're rocking the 94.3 Kilo, and you should too.
Perfect. Yeah,
All
you guys
right.
getting creative.
Yeah, not we have to
Okay.
do this in sync.
Okay. This is Gemini Syndrome. We're listening to 94.3 Kilo, and you should too.
Listening or rocking?
Rocking.
All right, let's do it.
1, 2, 3. This is Gemini Syndrome,
and you
we're
were rocking.
and we're rocking.
We're rocking. 1, 2, 3.
This is Gemini Syndrome, and we're rocking to 94.3 Kilo, and you should too.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I tried to kill the missile.
Cool. Perfect.
New wave.